It is Wednesday, September 17th, 1:20 p.m. out of Chico, California. My name is Derek Ahlswede.
Ross Field.
And this is the AC Sports Podcast. Ross.
The one and only.
How are you? And anything sports related happened last week, this week, since we talked since last Wednesday?
Oh, man, doing real well. Thanks for asking. Always a joy to be here. Super grateful to get an opportunity to talk pigskin with you and some other things with my good buddy D-Rock. Cool weekend. I went to the Butte game. That happened Saturday. That was fun. Got to chop it up with Craig Rigsby, longtime athletic director at Butte College, former head football coach as well. Used to coach Aaron Rodgers. I'm sure many of the local listeners know that. Now he's doing his thing as the commissioner. So it was just fun to interact with him and briefly talk with him and then catch the game. Butte looked good, man. They smacked around CCSF, which used to be an old rivalry game. It still is, but they're in different conferences now. And yeah, it's fun to be out. It's hot out there, though, man. They need some trees.
Seriously.
It's no shade. It's rough. Still fun, though.
Butte football still chugging along. Every time I hear of them or watch them, they're always winning, doing great.
So true. Good point. Yeah, Robbie Snelling does a great job, head coach out there. It was fun to watch him interact with his players and, still doing his thing. And you're right, man. What a program.
Yeah. Have they been bad in the last 30 years? Like, seriously, I want to check on that. We'll talk about it in the next podcast.
Good call. Have they ever had a losing record? I know they've had some kind of like up and down seasons, but it does feel like they're always in contention.
Pretty solid program.
They always churn out a lot of talent that goes to the next level. They're represented in the NFL with Rodgers and Rigo and TJ Bass and some other guys.
The punter for the best team in football, Rigo Sanchez.
2-0 Colts. Let's go. Have you swooped up Daniel Jones for your fantasy football team yet?
I haven't. Fantasy, believe it or not, is kind of on the bottom of my list of things that I love about the NFL and football. I cannot wait to talk. That's why I don't talk about much in the pod. You're welcome to. We can. But I cannot wait to talk about Daniel Jones and the Indianapolis Colts.
Indiana Jones. So what you're saying is you're not a fantasy football guy.
I play, but I'm
sure.
I think what's happened is that it's become so normie. Everyone does it that I'm like, I'm out. Everybody's talking about it.
I can respect that.
I'm like, I can't. Too many people talk about it.
Yeah, it's
I'm
too
sick
trendy.
Of it. I don't want to hear what your lineup is. Drives me crazy. I'll play, obviously.
Yeah.
And I'll be very into it when I play, just like insular to myself. The Butte story, coincidentally, I was just telling you before we hit record, I have a little lower back pain out of nowhere. And it reminded me, I haven't had this in a long time, but it reminded me after I graduated from Chico High and Butte College football was on the horn with me.
Yeah, that's
Derek,
right.
You're going to be a great addition to this program, the tight end position, over and over. And what I would say is that my back's starting to hurt a little bit. I'm a little worried about continuing at a higher level moving forward. I don't want to have a serious injury.
Yeah.
And whether we knew it or not, maybe, I took in a couple hard hits here and there, and concussions weren't a big part of the dialogue, but I think I kind of knew in my head, like, if I keep playing, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a
I'm
risk.
not going to make the NFL. Like, I'm good.
Okay.
So the back injury, it's just kind of poetic irony that you go to Butte and then suddenly my back flares up. I don't know if I saw Coach Rigsby and it just triggered a PTSD. But anyhow, that's my Butte personal football story.
Maybe you got, you took some hits in high school and something's now surfacing in the back. It's a long shot.
I'm a taller frame. I was looking around. We'll stop talking about this in a second. But I was just walking around my office. I'm bending over, plugging things in, twisting things off. And I realized, like, when you're a certain height, you're bending over for quite literally everything. Even just to reach onto a table. Like, my fingers don't reach the end of it. So it's like just looking at things low. And I'm like, I've been doing this for 45 years. Like, I need everything up here. Anyways.
You need some go-go gadget arms.
Yeah. Those like a little clipper thing. Okay, it's an exciting week. We have 2 full weeks of football in the books.
Dude, what a crazy weekend. It's always a crazy weekend. Every week is a crazy weekend with football.
I'm excited because we can introduce the Point Differential Power Rankings.
A Derek special. AC Sports Pod special.
With the Point Differential Power Rankings comes our point differential grades, our point differential playoffs, and then our point differential best and worst. Ross, do you want to dive into game notes first, or do you want to start?
You lead the way.
Let's go to game note. Oh.
I think before anything, though, you should show your shirt because it's pretty epic. You like that?
You know,
Kirk Cousins.
The Minnesota Vikings are in the news this week, quarterback-wise.
Dude, what
We have the
happened?
Atlanta Falcons. We have backups emerging. We have old white guy backups coming out of the woodworks.
Where you at, Kirk?
He's still there. He's
Where you
sitting
at?
there.
You like that? Someone who doesn't want that?
We got quarterback news in Washington as well. A lot of quarterback news.
Yeah, darn.
You know, the point differential power rankings, it's first week. It's too fun. We're going to do that first. Normally I do it after we go
Let's
through
do
the
it.
games.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Question.
Yeah.
It's so over the course of how long you've been doing this, when it gets to the end of the year and it gets to playoff time, are the playoff teams pretty much like point differential power rankings, like determine the playoff teams for you? Have you noticed that is what I'm asking?
I don't know if you're leading me into a certain answer. Are you genuinely asking that?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
genuinely like, does this really cater itself to how the NFL season unfolds, which teams end up being most competitive at the end and get into the playoffs? Is that why you like doing this?
Exactly. And this is the third season I've done it, to be clear.
Okay.
I did some Instagram stuff where I basically would use point differentials usually I'd start after week 3. So go week 3, 4, 5, and 6, just those weeks. After week 6, you look at just point differentials and you predict the playoffs from there.
Wow.
And it has nailed. Last year, I think I got 13 out of 14.
Wow.
And then the year before that, I swear it was like 12 and 14, maybe 11, 14, 11 out of 14. So, and that's not exactly like division winners. That was just who would make the playoffs.
Okay.
Last year, it got very close to the last week to where it was seed for seed.
Yeah,
So,
I vaguely remember that.
and we'll do this again this year. We're just
Okay.
starting after week 2 instead of week 3 because
Fun.
I can't wait to do it. And but it is kind of a gambling thing.
Okay.
It's a way to say, look, man, if you want to put money on these teams just to make the playoffs individually, you're gonna win some money, regardless of how.
Interesting.
You know, obviously the odds for the Bills making the playoffs or whatever, Eagles making the playoffs, you're not gonna. It's what 1 to 10 or whatever. So yeah.
It has me thinking about baseball too, real quick. You know, run differential and point differential in basketball. I wonder if it transcends kind of all sports, like where you are each week in terms of beating an opponent, or are you losing to an opponent and it's close, so it's not really
Right.
affecting your differential over the course of a season. Like, it's probably a really good indicator of how competitive a team is.
And I think what made me start it was like I was like, look, it matters if you've lost a game 40-7.
Yeah.
Because your team didn't like come back. And
Yeah.
that says something about your team. Like there's something broken there.
Good point.
So I think that's what kind of instigated it. And then you have, and we'll get to the best and worst, you know, who's the worst 2-0 team based on point differential? And it'll tell you something, right?
Yeah.
Who's the best 0-2 team?
Yeah.
So I think these can really kind of guide us going forward. Let's start with the grades, okay?
Okay.
32 teams, so we can break them down into 4 quadrants.
Okay.
We got our A teams, B teams, C teams, and D teams. Starting with the A teams, 1 through 8, we have number 1, point differential. And I won't list the point differentials for every team. This has a plus 26 point differential. The Indianapolis Colts are the number 1 team in football after 2 weeks.
That's amazing.
2, we have Ravens, Packers, Bills,
Makes sense.
Rams,
Yeah.
Chargers,
Okay.
Lions,
Yeah, big-
and Falcons.
Yeah, what a comeback for the Lions this week in terms of getting right.
We have
Really
a ton
showing
to.
up.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
We have a ton to cover this week, but I do want your input on all of this. Obviously, that's why you're here.
Yeah.
So just we'll go through each of these grades. These are the A teams. What are the things that stand out to you here?
Well, you know, a couple teams that I would not expect to be in there, and obviously number 1. It's incredible.
Let's just
As
be
you
obvious
said that,
here.
like, you know, yeah, state the obvious. The Colts are the best team in the league based on point differential after 2 weeks. That's incredible. That's absolutely incredible. All the others make a lot of sense to me. You know, Ravens, Packers, Bills,
Right.
Rams, Chargers, Lions. Yeah, that's legit. The Falcons being at number 8 is interesting. You know, especially after a game Monday night where there wasn't a touchdown scored. right?
They scored one.
Well, they scored late, super late. I mean, it was a bunch of field goals, right? I mean, the type of game that was, it was sort of a low-scoring battle. So the fact that they're up there is pretty interesting.
All right, so those are the A teams. Our B teams, 9 through 16. We have the Jaguars, the Cardinals, the Seahawks, the 49ers, 3 West teams in a row. The Broncos, the Eagles, Commanders, and the Bengals. 9 through 16, what pops out to you here?
Oh, Jaguars. You know, I mean, that's interesting that they're 9. They're putting up points. I think that's what that tells you there. Their offense is good. And the 3 West teams you mentioned, Cardinals, Seahawks, Niners, and then the Rams are obviously in that A slot at number 5. So the NFC West is tough, man.
Right.
So far. The NFC West is tough so far. Broncos, Eagles, Commanders. Sort of surprised that the Eagles are that low. And you know, good thing the Commanders put some points up late against the Packers, because otherwise they would be down a little further. That game was kind of out of hand early. But yeah, interesting. And dude, Bengals 2-0. How long does that last? Is their season over?
The triple Bs, the backup Browning Bengals. No Burrow. Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about the Bengals more. The Jaguars, speaking of the Bengals, I mean, in a lot of universes should have won that game and would be a 2-0 team.
True.
But yeah, our AFC South, I think, to me, the question's already answered on where the surprise team comes from this year. The bad team that's going to make the playoffs, it's going to come out of the AFC South, a team that was bad last year. So the Colts and Jaguars really standing out.
Yeah.
The NFC West, yeah, the best team, the best division in football after 2 weeks.
Far, yeah.
With Mac Jones.
Mac Jones.
And the Eagles, so the NFC East, their highest ranked team is 14th overall.
Weird.
So looking like the worst division so far.
Yeah, so far. But boy, it's so tough early on, you know, to make these characterizations. Because, gosh, I feel like just from week 1 to week 2, so much changed.
Right.
You know, it's just crazy how that happens in football.
I love seeing the changes that do occur. And speaking of the NFC East, epic, legendary Cowboys-Giants game on Sunday.
Oh, my gosh. So fun.
60's a new 50 for field goals.
No doubt. Aubrey is a beast.
So the Bengals barely make the B teams. The C teams.
The C teams.
This is from 17 through 24. The Bucks.
Interesting.
Patriots. Cowboys. Raiders. Texans. Chiefs.
Yeah.
Steelers. And Saints.
Amazing.
Some of the obvious standouts here.
Yeah, well, the Chiefs, right? 0-2.
Yeah.
I believe there's only one team in Super Bowl or in NFL history that's won a Super Bowl after starting 0-2. I think that was Eli Manning's Giants, the year they stopped the Patriots from going undefeated. Amazing.
What a nuts year for that team. Jesus.
Yeah, that's right. They were like struggling all season and then picked it up really late. Yeah. I think another thing that jumps out is the Bucks at 17 are in the C slot, but they are undefeated at 2-0. So they're the last undefeated team on the board. It's interesting.
Is the argument. And look, no one's saying with all the advanced analytics, blah, 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 this is the most rudimentary analytic possible.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's kind of why I like it too, because I want to start here and kind of how much further do we really need to analyze? The Bucks are the obvious standout out of this whole list because they beat 2 likely playoff teams on the road.
Yeah. Right.
And just gutsy, epic fashion, Baker Mayfield lore in full effect. So, but yeah, they're 17.
Yeah, you make a great point. Like, how does strength of schedule factor into something like this early? You know, the Bucks have 2 really, really nice
Chiefs
on the road. Yeah,
with their losses.
Yeah, the tough opener in Brazil against a competitive team, and then got to go play the Super Bowl champs, and they just can't stop the tush push. Nobody can.
Boring. Some boring games. The Eagles and Chiefs.
That was kind of a tough one.
I'll just say this now. My question watching this game was, is this the most boring Super Bowl matchup that took place the season after? Like, it was just, I don't know if you felt the game was that boring. I mean, I'm going down stats, everything. It's just like, what a dud of a game. Jalen Hurts has 100 yards passing.
Yeah.
Nobody, just the stats are blah. Mahomes is the top rusher and the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Saw some Hurtsy squirts.
They're basically the two teams that I hate the most, I guess, though. Hertzy Squirts.
That's my friend's fantasy football team name, Hertzy Squirts.
That was me after I ate this pizza.
Oh, whoa.
All right.
Awesome.
The D teams.
There's some content for you.
The D teams, because there are no failures yet. It's
No.
only week 2.
Absolutely.
We're only going D teams. We'll introduce F teams maybe later in the season.
Yeah.
This is 25 through 32, my favorite group. 25, the Vikings, the Giants, the Panthers, the Jets, the Titans, the Browns, the Dolphins, and the Bears.
Bears.
A lot of these teams are familiar in this group.
Yep.
Since I've been doing this and just for the past decade. What stands out to you here?
Dolphins and Bears being that low stands out to me. Two teams that have had a real rough start to the year. Surprised that Chicago is that low. And maybe they will take a step forward, eventually this season, but I figured they would come out playing a little bit better.
Okay.
But other than that, man, the Vikings jump out to me, I think, especially after that epic comeback to beat the Bears in week 1 and then to turn around and have a big dud and really a tough showing for J.J. McCarthy. I think I shared a picture with you of if he had literally taken a snap and spiked the ball on every passing play, he would have had a better passer rating than he ended up with. That's crazy.
Yeah. Our Minnesota O'Connell kind of questions are coming to the forefront already.
Yeah.
What's he going to do? Carson Wentz is going to be the starter. Or are they going to regret not taking Rodgers?
Right. He's out. McCarthy's out for 2 to 4 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, rough.
So,
Well,
Vikings.
He's the quarterback whisperer, though. So maybe Wentz comes in and does some magic.
We Commanders had the privilege. We were the Washington football team at the time of having Carson Wentz as our starter a couple years ago.
Will we see Mariota?
I hope so. We'll talk about that. I actually hope we do.
Okay.
Yeah.
My bad. Jumping ahead.
He had some
My
great-
bad, pod. My bad. My bad, pod fans. What do you think about that last group right there?
So let me read something
Okay, I like this.
from my friend Kevin Duda, one of the legitimately funniest and smartest guys I know. You know how you have some friends where you're like, man, I'm lucky to be able to DM with this guy. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Love having this dude in my life. He is a Bears fan.
The Bears.
I have been to Chicago a bit. My brother lives there. I went to a game with Kevin a few years ago at Soldier Field.
Fun.
And this is what Kevin said, if I can pull this up, about... Oh, I'm not on the right thing. You know what? Maybe we'll pause for a second because I really want to read this.
Yeah,
Okay.
We'll get there.
I have to switch accounts. Anything you
I'll
want
give you
to
play-by-play. So
talk
Derek
about
is
while I...
switching accounts? He's got the AC Sports podcast up account on the
it's
projector here. He's trying to log into his personal account here. He's got some good Butte stuff.
you could talk about
You
some
follow.
interesting stuff.
To me, this is interesting.
Okay.
I'm looking at the master producer at work here, switching between accounts.
We have technical difficulties. I won't sign into my main account. Anyways,
Drats.
I'll add that at the beginning. I'll add that to the intro of this week's episode, what Kevin said. It's just the Bears fan base they've transcended like sadness at this point and despair. They're in a weird dark hole.
It's a tunnel.
Yeah.
And they can't get out. They're spiraling.
So yes.
They're like looking around for Brian Urlacher and Jim McMahon and Mike Ditka and Walter Payton.
Apologies to the YouTubers. No Kevin quote. Stick around for the audio. Okay.
Back on. That was fun. That was a fun segment.
The best. So we're going to go through the best and worst. So the best 2-0 team, the best 1-1 team, best 0-2 team, etc. So there's
I like it.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10 teams total here.
Okay.
The best 2-0 teams, the Colts and the Packers.
Yeah.
This is AFC and NFC. By the
Okay.
way. The worst 2-0 teams, the Bengals and the Bucks.
Yeah.
Does that hold with the Bengals? Probably. The Bucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised if Cincinnati has a winning season.
Right. So them being the worst 2-0 team, that makes sense, right?
Absolutely. The Bucks, to me, it doesn't.
Right. The best 1-1 teams are the Ravens and Lions.
Sure.
Facts.
Fair.
Just straight facts.
Totally.
The worst 1-1 teams, the Steelers and Vikings.
Yeah, kind of facts.
Kind of facts. Like the Vikings are a little more clear. The Steelers.
Right.
You know, that Steelers game against Seattle, to me, wasn't as bad as the score. It was a little closer than the score entailed. And there's a lot of Steelers talk about their defense, their run defense.
I'm surprised they lost that game. It was like, I mean, you got to give Seattle credit. They played well. I just expected Pittsburgh to play better than they did Sunday at home against Seattle. Right?
Rodgers taking some hits. I mean, Seattle's good. That was a great win by San Francisco on the road. I think Seattle's a good potential playoff team. They're going to be a contender. Rodgers taking more hits than need be. Everybody's running away from Watt with a lot of success, so that's a real concern for the Steelers defense.
Good analysis. I like that.
And there were two games, one far more so, the Broncos-Colts game, that came down to rules that maybe confuses a little bit. And with this game, there was that kickoff that the guy let go in the end zone, which in the past was just an automatic touchback.
Yeah.
And this week it's not, so the guy gets a touchdown. Very frustrating if I'm a Steelers fan.
Totally agree.
And on one note, it's like, where's this Mike Tomlin discipline, right? That he didn't know that?
Yeah.
That's a coaching failure. I'm sorry.
It is bizarre that it comes from him.
2, what are the new kickoff rules?
Yeah. Did anybody talk about any of this? Like, how do rule changes happen, but it just totally slips through the cracks?
I mean, we could have looked it up, any of us at any time, but
could we have though? I mean, I feel like I'm mad at ESPN. I'm mad at NFL Network. I'm mad at the Red Zone. Well, come on, break down these new rules for us as fans of this game. Yeah, we could do our research, we can know, but there wasn't much media about some of the changes that are taking place this season, and I feel like there should be some segments, focused on that. And maybe there was, maybe it's, maybe I missed them. So certainly don't want to place blame on anything, but there just wasn't much notoriety about it, no attention about it.
And if the kick returner doesn't know, that's his one job.
And if the coach doesn't know,
bad look, dude.
Hey, this stings a little bit.
I know what you're going to say.
Yeah, because Shanahan and the Niners, the overtime rule in the Super Bowl, that was a new rule at the time, ended up costing the Niners, hurting the Niners.
The greatest consequence ever.
Yeah, and Shanahan was like, I didn't know the rule after. It's like, I was aware of the rule change that season, though, So,
yeah, that happened. And the Steelers lost, and they are technically the worst 1-1 team right now.
Okay.
The best 0-2 teams. The Texans, and the Saints. Checks out to me.
What about the Chiefs?
So the Texans. So this is again AFC, NFC only. So the Texans
that's right.
just one slot above the Chiefs.
Okay, got you.
Chiefs not the best 0-2 team. Chiefs are hurting, dog. I mean, you look at the stats and stuff.
Yeah.
We all want them to lose every year. Blah blah blah. And it's like, oh, you overreact if they play two great teams. Like, I don't know, dude.
Okay.
We'll talk more
I
about
like
this.
that. I think you're on to something.
And then the worst 0-2 teams are obviously the Dolphins and the Bears. Poor guys. Dolphins, honestly, I watched that tape, and not a bad game at all.
Yeah, they played so much better. It was like, okay. But still, they lost.
The Browns and Bears are the more kind of like hopeless AFC and NFC franchises.
Yeah. Until Joe Flacco gets going. It's coming soon.
We love a good Jody.
Yeah, come on, Joe. Bring him back.
We had a, what's his name? Dylan Gabriel sighting this week. Did you see that?
I know, I was saying that. Well, how does Shadur feel about that?
I don't know. I haven't heard much from him lately.
Did you hear about how the Ravens wanted to take him and he said no? Is that not crazy to you? Man. What a dingle.
The Sanders family, Dion, done some brilliant genius things over the past couple of years.
Totally.
But that doesn't mean that you're a genius across the board. And sometimes you have a lot of success in one area, hubris kicks in, and now you're a genius everywhere else. It's like the Kanye West phenomenon. You make some great beats, doesn't mean you know about race and anyways.
I love the parallel. So, that's great.
Dion and Kanye, actually, that's not a bad comparison.
Yeah, no.
So yeah, I mean, I think that there are some really dumb kind of decisions made.
He would have been in such a good position to be learning from Lamar, playing for a really competitive team, great coaching staff, like wonderful organization.
Yeah.
Man, it would have been a perfect spot. He could have been Jordan Love, sitting for 3 years, watching this unfold, and then getting a shot and being a prime spot.
On that note, before we get to our last segment for Point Differential, the Point Differential Playoffs, my favorite segment. This is what we will use to kind of we'll settle on after 6 weeks to make our predictions. I wrote down, speaking of Gabriel and Shedeur, the 9 quarterbacks who played this week who have never played in a playoff game.
Okay.
So there's only 9.
Only 9.
7 of them started, 2 came in. One had a more substantial role than the other. And the 9 are, as I turn around here, Jake Browning, Dylan Gabriel, J.J. McCarthy, Mac Jones, Spencer Rattler, Cam Ward, Drake May, Caleb Williams, and Bryce Young. Now, out of those, we have our 2-year guys, Rattler, May, Williams. We have our first-year guys, where I'm throwing McCarthy, Gabriel, McCarthy, and Rattler. I'm sorry, Gabriel, McCarthy, and Ward. And then the 3 over 2 seasons are Browning, Mac Jones, and Bryce Young. Does this list matter to you? I don't know why I was compelled to write this down. I guess because we have some weird quarterbacks played this week and won. Browning and Mac Jones.
Can you help me real quick though? Like, didn't the Patriots made it Jones's rookie year, right? Didn't they lose to the Bills?
Am I wrong about that?
Game? I think so.
It's the one guy I didn't double check. Damn it.
I think they made it their first year. I'm not positive.
Okay.
But I mean, obviously, he's had a tough career since then. So
well, look, we've already taken one pause for an internet search. Let's do it again. Did Mac Jones play in the playoffs?
I would say
he did. Okay, he's off the list.
Yeah.
Good call. Rookie season 2021.
Yeah, he was amazing that year.
Okay, cool. Erase that dude. So we have 8 total.
8 and Wentz is. Oh wait, Wentz isn't up there.
No. I'm just putting him. He's playing next week, but he would be on the list.
Ross. Yeah, got you.
Daniel Johnson up there already won a playoff game with the Giants. We forget.
We do forget that. That's so true. Wow, that's a guy I would think would be up there. Good point.
And then who was the other guy? I think that was the only one that seemed like he should be up there.
Boy, you know what jumps out to me is just how young that group is. I mean, Bryce and Caleb and May and Ward, Rattler, McCarthy, Gabriel. I feel like Browning is like the only guy that's been in the league more than 4 years, 3 years.
Right, and then Bryce, this is his third. So Browning and Bryce are the 2 that haven't played in the playoffs. So I don't know. Just I guess, again, I don't know why I was compelled to make that list, but maybe surprised by how many quarterbacks are playing that are still guys that have played in the playoffs already.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I mean, looking at that, that's amazing. Right. That it's like only those guys.
Right, okay.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And it's young guys, too, that like haven't had the opportunity to really help, play with an organization long enough to really get them going in the right direction. A lot of top picks, which means that the organization was in a shit place the year before.
I missed one.
Okay, you got one?
I missed one, another top pick. Instead of Mac Jones, Justin Fields. He has not played in a playoff game. Tyrod Taylor, who came in for him, has played in one.
Yeah.
In 2018 or something.
Yeah, well, does that mean, like, Fields was with the Steelers last year. They didn't make it. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Replaced. So we're back to 9.
Okay. Good point. Good adding. Good thinking. Yeah, Fields. And poor guy.
Browning
concussed.
Browning, kind of one of the best backups in the league. We saw him come in a couple times now with the Burrow's injuries.
Yeah.
Burrow essentially out for the year. We can talk about
crushing
just his whole narrative and everything around him.
Dude, great call. I was thinking about that just a couple nights ago. This changes everything.
So I'm like,
he may never
giving up on him.
Yeah, he may never get back. I mean, they got to that Super Bowl. They lost to the Rams. Obviously, they had such a tough year last year, like being in so many close games, couldn't get it done late. Defense letting them down over and over again. And then this year, look
what happens.
This
is what happened 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, Same that's thing. Right. He gets injured a lot, man.
So maybe next week we'll have some time to do our homework, and we'll come up with a list of like the greatest quarterbacks who got hurt early on. So like RG3 comes to mind first. Is Burrow an RG3?
Ooh, interesting
Is Burrow?
topic.
I don't know. We'll look into it.
Yeah. Okay. I'm excited for that.
And finally, my favorite place. I don't want to leave the point differential world.
Oh, dude, I just see the Gray's graphic coming to mind.
Okay, we have our playoff seedings. So these, of course, are the teams with the best point differentials in their divisions.
Yeah.
And then we have our 3 wildcard teams and a couple on the fritz. AFC, the 1 seed Colts,
Indiana,
the 2 seed Ravens, the 3 seed Bills, and the 4 seed Chargers.
I like it.
The 2 replacements here. So let's kind of zoom out and think like, let's already look to the end of the season as to how likely this is.
Okay.
I think I think you could bet these 4 teams to win their divisions as a parlay, which the odds are probably pretty great, and have a decent chance of winning it.
Yeah, I think you could too.
We have the Chiefs to worry about.
Yep.
And we have the Texans to worry
Yep.
about. Those are the teams that won those conference or those divisions last year.
Yeah.
Those are our 4 in the AFC.
Yeah, but you could make a case that the Ravens and the Bills are going to run away with their divisions.
Right. That's an easy bet, right?
Right. That's like, odds are that's happening.
You know what? Let's jump to the NFC division winners, and then we'll do wildcard teams. NFC, the 1 seed Packers, the 2 seed Rams, the 3 seed Falcons, and the 4 seed Eagles. What don't you like about this? Anything?
No, I think it's good. The Falcons are a little suspect to me. I would like the Niners to be in that 2 spot, obviously, as a Niners fan. But, dude, Green Bay, man. Green Bay, to me, has looked like the best team in football so far.
Yeah.
Really, really impressed.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm really
Hot
impressed
take.
by Green Bay. Yeah, hot take, man. Their defense is nasty.
Yeah.
Really, really a good football team so far.
They're actually tied for second in the power ranking with the Ravens with a plus 23.
Yeah, best division in football, baby. NFC West.
I want to be very clear and on the record that Michael Penix and the Falcons were my pick to win the South at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, you got that. That one and the Chargers holding strong. Chargers to win their division.
AFC wildcard teams. We have the 5 seed Jags, the 6 seed Broncos, and the 7 seed Bengals.
Yeah. See, I feel like the top 4 that we're looking at makes sense, but when we get to the 5, 6, 7, it's like, I don't think that's going to stick. What do you think?
Right. Well, then at 8 and 9 are the Patriots and Raiders. So we have no Texans, no Chiefs, even in the top 9 here. No Steelers.
Yeah. Interesting.
So, yeah. It's cool to see the Jags. The Broncos are a wildcard team last year. We're kind of expecting them to be there.
Right.
The Bengals were not, but,
Could be.
we're going to encroach into is Browning better than Burrow territory. If the Bengals win.
Yeah, we might. You know what this says to me is the West, the NFC is way more competitive.
The NFC, yeah, look at these wildcard teams in the AFC already.
Yeah, it's like trash.
Yeah.
And then you look at the NFC, you're like, dang, there's a lot of good
stacked
teams
down the line.
far. Yeah, stacked.
Commanders are probably a playoff team. They're 9 right now.
Absolutely. They're super good.
The NFC wildcard teams are the Lions at 5, Cardinals 6, Seahawks 7 with the Niners and Commanders on the outside. Some people, the Cardinals and Seahawks were kind of the hot teams before the season, as these guys could take a leap into a wild card slot.
Yeah.
So it's not absurd for them to be there, but for our guys to be the 2 teams right out on the outside looking in, we got to get in. Niners and Commanders got to get in and bump those. But then there's no Bucks.
Yeah, well, it's fascinating.
So who's the odd man out here?
Because the Falcons are 1-1, the Lions are 1-1, the Seahawks are 1-1. There's a good amount of teams ahead of the 2-0 Niners.
Yeah, and of course we're not, obviously we're not
going by
looking by record or anything.
Right.
So we're kind of thinking like projecting into the future, like if this makes sense or not. It's just so, the Cardinals make it, that means that the Niners, Commanders, or Bucks won't.
Right.
The Seahawks make it. It means Niners, Commanders, or Bucks won't. I guess the Niners, Commanders, and Bucks, we got our eye on those teams right now. They're all really good teams.
Yeah.
That they'll make their way up in there in the next few weeks.
They're good. They're really good teams, but the point differential perhaps states otherwise.
And the Cardinals and Seahawks may be the annoying NFC teams this year.
Yeah. Well, they're
Something
always
to look at.
annoying in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, my gosh. Last year, the Cardinals were really annoying.
Niners with 2 division road wins to start the season. Oh, wait, no.
No, not the Saints aren't, but
That's
one.
right. Sorry.
But still 2 road wins to start the year, and they got the majority of their games left at home.
I saw, with the easiest schedule in the league, the
easiest schedule in the league.
Some stat about the last time the Niners went 2-0 on the road to start a season. They're like Super Bowl team. So, Mac Jones for president.
Yeah, that was a good one, dude. That was a good win. Got a little scary at the end.
Oh, good God, we're 37 minutes in already.
Hell yeah, we are. Legendary.
How you feeling? You want to take a quick break? You want to get into these games?
Let's get into these games.
All right. Let's pull up the notes. Week 2, NFL notes. Okay, here's how we're going to do this.
Okay.
My goal is to be as thorough but brief as possible.
Love that.
Juxtaposition.
Yes.
Paradox. Call it what you want.
Yeah. No tangents, Ross.
So, no, but please tangents if you got the time I do. I'm just going to read my notes kind of rapid fire.
Okay.
You're gonna listen, soak it in, and you're going to tell me kind of the thing that pops out most out of the notes.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Look at these notes, man. I'm impressed.
We're getting so organized on AC Sports. Follow us, AC Sports Pod, Instagram, YouTube at AC Sports Podcast. Okay, Steelers, Seahawks.
Yep.
Here we go, rapid fire. No wide receivers for Pitt. Walker 3, way better than Charbonnet. JSN and Cup, good. Darnold and Rodgers, 4 INTs. Seattle, 24-3 in the last 21 minutes. And the kickoff touchdown rule. What stands out?
Oh, kickoff touchdown rule for sure.
Does.
Like we spoke about that. What a great comeback by Seattle, hanging that many points in the last 21 minutes. I like Charbonnet a lot.
Yeah. You do?
Yeah. Where's DK Metcalf?
No show.
Yeah, no show. Where's DK? So that jumps out to me.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I like it. I think, suppose if we've already talked about it, we can go to the next one. So your next one that you just said naturally was the 24-3.
Yeah.
Last 21 minutes.
That's amazing. Yeah. Big time. On the road.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It was kind of instigated by that kickoff touchdown.
Yeah, gave him a lot of momentum. Good point.
Okay. By the way, we will spend 10 minutes max at the very end looking at Week 3 games. So we can wait. Any comments on Week 3 games to the very end?
Okay.
We'll just run through those. Okay, Chargers-Raiders notes. No run game in L.A., Hampton and Harris. Herbert, Chargers, Harbaugh, replace Mahomes, Chiefs, Reed, ? Defensive game, no big stats, to note. Geno bad, Jacoby lone bright spot. Gianti, McConkey, Bowers under 50 yards. Wow. What stands out to you most?
Tough game for the second-year pass catchers in Ladd and Bowers. Really interesting. I mean, you get a good Geno week 1, you get a bad Geno week 2, but that seems par for the course.
Geno and Hyde?
No run game in LA. That's good. They were so happy about this Omari, and there was such this talk about we've got a bell cow back now, and how is Greg Roman going to use him, and it's really exciting for the Chargers, and they've had a tough go, but still, man, if you're the Chargers, you are sitting pretty right now, and that second one jumps out to me because it's feels a little bit like the torch has been passed.
And you're already getting – I try to stay away from watching the ESPN pundits and McAfee's and all that stuff. Bill Simmons has always been my guy. That's pretty much my only sports pundit because I don't want to kind of copy takes. But I happened to turn on today, and Orlovsky's already Chargers have replaced the Chiefs. Chargers are the new franchise, blah, blah, blah. So it's a narrative that's out there for sure.
Yeah. Love it.
Okay. Yeah, McConkey, Bowers, where you guys at?
Where you at?
Bucks, Texans, notes. Evenly matched teams.
So true.
Good run game in Tampa Bay. Irving, White, and Mayfield.
Yeah.
Egbuka Cools, the trip touchdown. I don't know if you remember that. Stroud and Houston offense, very underwhelming.
No
2
doubt.
total TDs this year. Houston, good defensive special teams, except for that last drive. Great Nico touchdown and Mayfield lore. Which point stands out to you most?
Oh, gosh. I really like Tampa's run game. I do think it was a totally evenly matched game. But, a lot of people were expecting Bucky to kind of take the reins this year in the backfield for the Bucs. But I think Rashad White really adds a nice complement to them, and he'll continue to be utilized throughout the year. He was the guy late in the game that punched in that touchdown that they went to down by the goal line, and it wasn't Bucky. So I found that to be interesting. If they have a two-headed monster in the backfield that's fresh throughout the year, look out. And this Ikbuka is like got to be the premier wideout of the class so far, right? The rookie class, like unbelievable. Yeah, man, Stroud and Houston's offense is very underwhelming. It looked like they kind of got in a bit of a rhythm late in that game. Chubb ripped off that 25-yard touchdown. Kind of started to see them feel a little bit better, but yeah, I don't know. And dude, Nico Collins is like literally top 5, top 10 wideouts in football. The dude is crazy skilled.
Stats are still not there yet. He had the score, but not much outside of that. Look, we're in California. We are intertwined with California football, frankly, California high school football. Stroud is a hometown guy. Yeah. I love the guy deep down, which is why I'm going to be hard on him.
Okay.
Also, too.
Okay.
I have high expectations.
Break it down.
No, that's it. That's all I have to say. I don't know if I've been picking on him, but I've just been a little like, come on, dude. I don't really believe in you.
Yeah.
Like, let's go.
Well, so interesting. I think there's something there. Yeah. I agree with you. He hasn't really met the expectations yet.
But he's won
in the
playoffs.
That's true.
So he has in that regard.
You make a good point, but it just doesn't really pass the eye test. Yes. It's that. I mean, that's when you're watching him, you're kind of like, So it's interesting.
He's benefited from a very good defense, and his offensive line this year gets a lot of shit. Apparently, they're one of the worst offensive lines in the league. I'm not an offensive line expert. So there is all that. End of the day, he's a brother. I'm rooting for him, a California brother. So I love you, Bryce. Jesus Christ, I didn't give his name right. CJ.
You good.
Oh, God. Bryce is from Cali, too.
Yeah, he is. There you go. Way to spin that. And Baker, too, dude. Baker effing Mayfield. How could you not love the guy?
See him with his eyes closed on the sideline, dude? Just fucking... Yeah. All the memes, just all the music that people put on the internet while he has his eyes closed on the bench before the last drive.
He used to annoy me, man. Like, for real, like 5-6 years ago with the Browns, just super cocky. I don't know, dude. It kind of got under my skin a little bit. But now I'm just like such a huge Baker fan. I don't know. I feel like he's grown on me. He's probably grown on the country too. Like, how could you not like this guy? Just the way he plays, the passion he plays, how he's turned his career around, how he's become a really darn good quarterback. It's admirable, man. Like, he's put in the work and he's made some things happen, and he's won the hearts of a lot of football fans. So shout out to Baker, dude.
Let go by a couple teams?
Yeah.
Just the Browns just let him go?
Yeah. Well,
Jesus Christ.
It wasn't working, though. But yeah,
they made the playoffs. They almost beat the Chiefs or the Steelers or something.
His last year, fair. Yeah, okay.
And one thing I really want to talk about with the Daniel Jones resurgence is it's a mirror image of Sam Darnold last year, right?
Totally.
These white quarterbacks that kind of take 4, 5, 6 years to really hit their peaks.
Interesting.
And then Baker too. Usually they're like non-running quarterbacks, but Jones and Baker can run.
Yeah.
I was gonna go the route you get your Mac Jones. It looked really good.
Yeah.
It's like the kind of. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be like racist here to white people, but like they're a little slower, so it takes them a little longer to catch up to the speed of the game. Whereas like the faster young guys, like they got the speed. So it's like they can kind of adapt sooner.
That's a very fair assessment. It's
a little racist to white people.
I hear you. But I like that. And
you don't have to be white to be slow and vice versa. I'm not, but it is what it is. I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't shoot the messenger.
I think you can also break it down like this. Every level you ascend, the game is faster no matter the sport.
Right.
And so there is going to be an adjustment period. And, yeah, if you're slow out there on the football field, that's rough.
It's going to take you years and years for the game to slow down.
Yeah.
And you see, like, the Darnold, the Mac Jones, it's like what they got good at is just quick passes here, bam, 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 hitting spots. They're not running around.
Yeah.
So.
And a lot of it depends on coaching. A lot of it depends on the time you have given to you by your line, being in the right situation. How about Minnesota, though, man? Just letting Daniel Jones walk. Not only did they let Darnold walk.
Oh, my God.
They had Daniel Jones.
I didn't thought that.
For the second half of last year. I wonder if Kevin O'Connell's like, dang it, look what could I have done with that guy?
And then when you add passing on Rodgers, like those are the three.
Yeah.
That's the trifecta. Okay, last thing I want to say. Bucks having a good run game, Baker Mayfield and a good defense. That worst 2-0 team thing that we mentioned earlier is fraudulent. They're great. Bucks Falcons, just fireball NFC South matchup to me. And I felt that way in week 1 when they played. I'm like, this matchup's phenomenal.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, those are the two teams in that division, right?
Lions, Bears. We're trying to move on, so we're not.
We can go fast with the Lions.
Keep
Bears.
Ross all that. Yeah, there's nothing here. I don't have Kevin's text. I'll read it at the open.
I'll just say that, like, wow, Detroit talk of like maybe they're in trouble after they lose to a good Packers team. What they did was like, oh yeah, this team's good. They're going to be fine without Ben Johnson. And Amon-Ra St. Brown is an absolute beast.
One of the best.
One of the best. Like, and still kind of underrated, I feel like. I feel like he doesn't get talked about enough. Dude, the guy is so good. He gets open just incredible route runner, super reliable, and it's nice to see him scoring touchdowns. I think, what do you have, 3 or 4 that game?
3,
amazing, dude. He's amazing.
He came onto the scene second half of the season 2 seasons ago.
Yeah.
And then last season was
legit.
Full legit. I mean, I think he's mentioned in the combos with top 5 guys, definitely top 10 guys.
I like it. Put him in the top 5.
Maybe.
Mean, he's the real deal.
Not against it. My boy Terry isn't sniffing the top of anything lately.
Yeah, but that's tough, man. When you miss out on training camp, you miss out on, like, man, this is what happens.
Okay, Commanders, Packers. We can also, ironically, kind of zoom through, even though often I spend the most time on the Commanders.
I sense some sorrow in your voice. Everything all right?
So actually, no. I think I go through it. So by the time we sit down and talk, especially on a game from last Thursday, I'm like, I've already digested this.
Fair.
Obviously the tragedy is the Eckler injury. Yeah. We trade Brian Robinson, so yeah, I really like Chris Rodriguez.
What? Me too.
Yeah.
Where has he been?
So
that guy's a stud.
About to play a lot now.
Good. I mean, I'm surprised that he wasn't playing the first 2. Did they put him on IR or something, or was he kind of like placed on like the pup list or something?
We got another guy, McNichols, too. That's fine.
Yeah,
so,
he's decent.
And all that to say, Ja'Cory is the starter. He was named the starter, our rookie.
Okay.
Liking our reels on the AC Sports Pod.
Yeah.
Might be an intern. Might be an intern. I don't know.
That's awesome.
But so I'm not. My only take on the Commanders is I'm not too worried. We know our Packers takes. There's really nothing more to discuss there. And then Jaden, like I mentioned at the beginning of the pod, just sit him. Some people forget he sat for a week last season. Mariota came in and beat the Titans 40-7.
Yeah.
Mariota is not mentioned as possibly the best backup in the NFL.
Yeah.
So sit him. I think Jaden's going to want to play.
Yeah.
It's just like, why? We're playing the Raiders at home. If there is, it's a lower tier game. Not to say that they can't beat us. Of course they could. But
right.
Yeah, that's my take on that. Sit Jaden.
I like the way Debo continues to play. Yeah. I think he's a bright spot. I was intrigued by the fact that Green Bay didn't blitz at all. They blitzed 12 times in that game, which I think says it was like we trust our defensive front. Obviously, with the addition of Micah Parsons now to that unit, they're elite. But they just dropped back and basically said, I don't think the receivers can create enough separation. And it seemed like Jaden had a little bit of a tough time finding guys, wasn't scrambling as much. Perhaps that knee had been bugging him for part of that game.
I think it happened a little later.
Okay.
But that game, it was close at halftime. It wasn't like some blowout. It was 14-10.
Yeah.
Once they got up 24-10, so it looks like a blowout.
Yeah.
We ended up losing by 9. Not a great loss, but short week on the road against the best team in the NFC. It's like, if I'm ever okay with a loss, it's honestly that.
Good point. Yeah. I mean, it's not the end of the world. The injuries suck, but it's not the end of the world.
And
Wise also was right. One of the DNs or the defensive tackle for Washington's now done for the year also.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, but they picked up Preston Smith.
Yeah, I saw that.
So they got some.
We're digging into the old folk home.
Yeah. But yeah, and another thing for, just Green Bay's really good. Right. That's another takeaway. Like that, they're really, really good.
It's an L on the schedule. I'm fine with it.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm glad we got it out of the way.
Green Bay, man. Look out.
All right. Falcons, Vikings. We got a lot of teams to get through. Let's see how well we can do. Okay, notes. Bijan and Algier show. Great run game. No receiving for Atlanta. Bad day for JJ and Viking offense. Remember, no Addison still. Jefferson did have 80 yards. And then Carson Wentz, exclamation point. What point stands out to you most here?
I love the top one. I mean, is there a better 1-2 punch than Bijan and Algier? Algier is freaking good, dude. I think he could start for a lot of teams.
Yeah.
You know, and I wasn't so high on Bijan being the top fantasy running back taken off the board, but he's still really good, and he's proven, himself to be pretty solid the first couple weeks. There's nobody opposite of Drake London, and I think that hurts Penix. I think they really need a number 2 wideout to emerge, whether that's Mooney, yeah, or someone else, maybe the tight end.
Another guy, Pitts.
They just don't have. Yeah, I mean, Pitts maybe gets more attention and more balls this year, but man, it feels like if you're defending the Falcons and you're looking at them on a down where they have to pass, it's like, okay, we need to take away Drake London and let these other guys beat us. I feel like they're a little bit maybe easy to defend right now when it comes to the pass. So one of those guys has to emerge outside of Drake London.
I like it.
Man, and whoa, dude. I mean, what a difference a week makes. I know we mentioned this, but poor JJ. And yeah, that sucks. It sucks to play like that and then to have to miss 2 to 4 weeks due to injury. When you're in a situation where you want this guy to play as much as possible early in the season to get acclimated to the speed of the game. Every rep counts for somebody at that age. And to have a great first game, basically in the second half.
Fourth quarter.
Yeah, fourth quarter, fair. And then to come in and have a tough game and now have to sit out. That's rough.
Yeah. Bad 4 quarters for JJ during this game too, though. So, I don't know. We got to wait on JJ. He's new. Cardinals, Panthers. Bryce fumble 6 and smush INT. Yikes. But 328 with 3 touchdowns. That's the first note.
Yeah.
Bryce Kyler comp. 0 run game for both teams. McMillan the man, Renfro 2 TDs. McBride 6 for 78, but no offense outside that. How did they win? Panthers score 19 unanswered. Which point?
I love your notes, bro. This is so good. This is great, man. Great work on this. That's so cool, dude. No, huge shout out. Yeah, I think I read somewhere that the Panthers were down 20-3 in each of their first 2 games at the half.
Wow.
Yeah. So you see that
good second half team.
But good second half team, but Bryce gets to cut it loose in the second half. So that's where those stats come from. But yeah, he's had some tough goes. I was really pulling for Bryce this year. I was at the beginning of the year, man.
So your main takeaway, I think, was the Panthers score 19 unanswered. I think it's hard not to look at those
in the stats that Bryce ended up with 328 yards and 3 TDs despite the fumble and the smush INT. The smush push.
Also, by the way, Stroud almost had that INT that the Bucs linebacker dropped, where he just lofted it right to him with nobody around.
What?
Yikes! But this is the worst possible result for the Panthers.
Yeah,
that Bryce ends up with 328 and 3.
Yep.
Now you can't.
Yeah.
It's he's good, I guess.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, so true. Defense doesn't rush. Maybe sit some of their guys. They're up big. He gets to slice a team up in meaningless minutes.
But also, he made a real comeback.
Yeah.
So
and he did that a few times last year too. Yeah. Okay, fair. I just think there's a propensity for a lot of defenses and teams to let their foot off the gas when they have big leads.
Sure.
Just naturally. But yeah.
And the great teams, win 40-7 because they keep that foot on the gas.
Which is why you love the
Commanders,
point differential standings. Exactly. Yes. And Commanders Titans. Yeah, good point. Hunter Renfrow, is this is this the Hunter Renfrow comeback story? Whoa, pump the brakes on that.
Down.
It's interesting that they go to him in the red zone though. Yeah. That's what I thought was interesting. They've got, what is it?
It's got those fucking choppy fucking bricks. Dude.
Yeah, dude, there we go. You got some of that. That's why Butte College wanted you, bro, right there. That was, don't hurt your back though, but that was exquisite form.
It's been in pain this whole pod.
Oh, shit. What's McMillan's first name? How do you pronounce it again? Tetiora?
Tetiora.
Yeah, I mean, he's a pretty big target.
He's a G. He's a G.
He is, dude. He looks nice, but it's funny that they go to Hunter in the red zone.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. You know, you get it in, you get it in.
McMillan's still the man. We're going to call them the Purgatory Panthers.
Ooh, I like it. Dude, that's got a good ring to it. A little alliteration. Sick. Bryce Kyler comp, huh? Give it to me. Break it down. You think they're similar?
I never, like, they're both short. They both kind of move quickly. I'm serious. So, like, I never really thought of that as the direct comp for.
You're right.
For Bryce was Kyler.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Bryce just can't run like Kyler.
Yeah. If he had like 15, 20 pounds more muscle too, it'd be like they'd be identical. I just want somebody to make a graphic though. Have you ever seen the like mini Kyler Murray graphics where he's like throwing a football, but he looks like he's like a pint-sized guy?
That's just a real photo of him.
Oh, is it? I want to see him like Bryce and him on the field together. Like one of those pictures would be super funny, dude. That's great.
Love Kyler, one of the most entertaining.
You know what's funny is they're probably taller than me, both of them.
Both world-class athletes.
Yeah, that too.
Rams-Titans notes. Stafford always in Super Bowl contention.
Man.
Adams Nakua, best NFC wide receiver duo. No name of the week, Blake Corum.
Man, stealing points from me.
All no-name TDs. Everybody scored. Didn't recognize any of them. Pollard good. Fair.
Yeah.
Ward showing signs.
He did.
Great TD throw. Falling flip pass. Can he accelerate like Jaden Daniels?
Yeah. Interesting.
And last point, Tennessee defense special teams looking frisky. Almost won through 3 quarters. Similar to week 1.
Yeah.
What point stands out to you here most?
Oh, gosh. They all do.
They're all good.
It's such a great breakdown. Yeah. Stafford, man, always there. You know what was interesting this week is like Devontae Adams had a really good game, and now they become so scary. Like if Nakua's obviously consistent, going to do what he does, he is. Now if Adams is getting, I mean, that's kind of a reflection of Stafford though, dude. Like Stafford spreading it around a little bit, getting Devontae into the fold. They're targeting him a little bit more. They're freaking scary.
You know what just occurred to me? The Devontae Adams connection aside. Stafford's infringing on Rodgers' territory, kind of.
Yeah.
He's like, if he has another really kind of great season, he's on season like 16 or something crazy like that. I know Rodgers on season like 20 or something like that, 21. But, if Stafford does win another one, is he better than Aaron Rodgers?
Wow, dude, that's a great question.
Yeah.
I mean, you make a great point, though. Like, their careers are super similar, it feels like.
In terms of, like, they're still at this age, like, they still got that toughness and talent and skill that's, like, not going anywhere. Rodgers is obviously a little older and slower, coming off an Achilles as well. So,
maybe we should look at their career stats and year-by-year stats, because my mind goes to, like, even in years that, like, Rodgers had his teams in contention, okay, well, let me rephrase this. Like, I feel like Rodgers has put up way better stats.
And he has. There's no debate there.
Yeah, so that's, okay, then that's the difference, I guess. But still, like, Stafford plays for a good team. They're in contention. He's a big reason why. And, I mean, there are definite parallels. Right. And I would say, I mean, if you look at career success based on Super Bowls, to have one more Super Bowl than Rodgers would be huge for people making the argument that, hey, he might be a little bit better.
And to be fair, the Breeze-Rodgers comp is the ultimate comp because they both have one, right? And they both have the stats. Yep. So that's the real debate. And a lot of people are like, what are you talking about? Of course, Rodgers is better than Breeze. I think, like, interception stats alone.
Yeah. Breeze did throw a lot of picks.
So, sure, let's just throw, Breeze, Rodgers, Stafford. Manning won 2, right?
Yeah.
He had Eli? Colts and Broncos?
Oh, yeah.
No,
Peyton and Eli. Yeah, you're right, man. That's good, dude. Stafford is into that conversation. I think the big takeaway is he's into that combo.
Sure.
And if he continues to play like this and they're, I mean, a couple years ago, I don't know if the future was looking very bright for the Rams. I mean, they'd had their run. They kind of looked like they were descending a little bit. And then last year, they back there.
Remember who was playing for the Rams at the end of the season 2 years ago?
Who?
Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield. That's right.
And McVay was like on his way out, retiring forever.
Yeah. Great point, dude. Things turned around quick.
I don't know why anybody doubted McVay. He's one of the best coaches in football.
That's exactly where my mind went. Good coaching. Yeah, Blake Corum pounding in some touchdowns from the goal line, though. Like, give it to my boy Kyron. That's crazy. Tony Pollard is good. Yeah. Tony Pollard is solid, man.
Tennessee, the AFC South, they're not. They're usually bad up and down. This year, they're not bad up and down.
Great point. Tennessee took a good step forward, right? Dude. Like, it was an impressive loss.
We're talking the Rams and Broncos here.
Yeah, that's right. They haven't had an easy schedule, and they looked good against
winning
the Rams,
into the third,
so to speak, even though they lost. So yeah, Cam Ward showing signs. What do you think? I mean, Javonte Williams has been nice for Dallas.
Yeah.
Last year they had the Rico Dowdle. It wasn't a great run game.
Horrible.
Do you think they missed Tony Pollard at all? I mean, I guess he didn't really have a great last season there, which probably led him to walk and then not to re-sign. But I wonder if they look at Tony and go, man, we could have used him.
No, your boy Javonte is his name, Williams? Yeah. Oh, he's crushing it.
Yeah, he had a good couple games.
So, yeah, they're Cowboys are actually, for the NFC East being one of the worst point differential teams so far, up and down. If the Giants and Russell Wilson throwing 450 yards, like they're pretty good up and down as well, I think. So
okay, that was a fun game. We'll get to that one. Huh?
Dolphins Patriots, baby.
Okay,
low key, really good game.
Yeah,
I have May and Stevenson. No other comment beyond that. Diggs quiet. Cardi B's pregnant though. Congrats, Stephon.
Wait, are they still together?
She's pregnant, so. Great numbers for Tua and Tyreek! Exclamation point.
Yep.
Miami no run game. Waddle sighting!
Yep.
Exclamation point. Epic punt return by Malik Washington and kickoff return by Antonio Gibson. And then a cane out of bounds. So he scored at the end, but foot went out of bounds.
Oh, it's brutal.
What stands out to you at all these?
It was a nice bounce back game for Miami in terms of production. Just, the fact that after the horrible week 1 loss to the Colts, they were able to rebound a little bit. Offense looks like it's, again, going to be electric as long as they can stay healthy. And then my takeaway from all this, though, is that Drake May and the Patriots won the game. And Mike Vrabel is going to, have them playing blue-collar style football, workhorse, bring your lunch pail, or bring your cap, bring your lunch. Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. They're going to be competitive, and that's the Mike Vrabel factor.
Okay. It was against the Dolphins, but okay.
Yeah.
Bring
your hard hat and your lunch pail.
I'm just a second-year quarterback hater of everybody except Daniels and Penix.
Yeah.
I don't like May yet. I don't like Nix. And I don't like Caleb Williams much. Tua and Tyreek, nice comeback for them. So I'm happy to see that.
Yeah.
Because it was dark last week in Miami.
It was. Agree.
Saints Niners notes. Rattler and Kamara. New guy, Rashid Shaheed. Mac fucking Jones.
Yeah.
The late developing slow white quarterback, which we already mentioned.
Yeah.
The McCaffrey 100. Niners new kicker. Mixed an extra point.
Yeah, he did.
Good Juwan game. Fantasy confusion. Olave has never done anything.
Yeah.
Personal note there. And then the Kamara fumble, double question mark. What stands out to you here?
What stood out to me was Rattler's got some guts. Watching that game, he plays with some good passion. He's got kind of that Baker vibe where he's just going to fire the team up a little bit. He lets his emotions go. And I think it was kind of like he impressed me watching him. Rashid Shaheed is good, man. That guy is really, really talented. He showed some flashes last year. He caught a couple, deep passes last year. He's kind of a threat to go the distance, blow the top off the defense with his speed. But he may be emerging into more than just that. Like, he may be becoming a little bit more of a possession receiver and a guy you can go to underneath and can trust to run good routes. Man, Kyle Shanahan, I don't know. Is can he be considered to have a little bit of like the quarterback whisperer?
I knew you were going to say quarterback whisperer.
My gosh, Mac played great, and I think a lot of it was, the scheme, the plays that really put Mac in position to throw to an open window, and the guy was there. Mac didn't force a lot of it, and kind of just let the offense come to him and let the plays come to him. And I felt like as much as it's a credit to Mac Jones, I think the Niners staff did a good job game planning and putting him in position to succeed as he kind of takes the reins as the starter for a few weeks. McCaffrey, dude, I love it all, but please don't run him into the ground. I mean, he's being used so much, and he runs so physical and so hard, and it's just I get worried about the calf a little bit.
Brian Robinson had like maybe 30 total yards.
Again.
6 carries, something like that. McCaffrey's 100. That's total yards. He seems good for 100 total every game, no matter what. Kamara, a Derek Carr put some respect on my name nominee this week, I think.
I like it. Yeah.
Like just super consistent, talented.
Yeah.
He's not getting older. He's still doing the same things. And yeah, Rattler over Drake May. I said it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's some good stuff.
We can pass on the Olave hate and the other stuff for now. Cowboys Giants.
What a game.
Russell Wilson 450-3.
Amazing.
No run game, NY.
Yeah.
Neighbors and Wan'Dale Robinson 300 yards receiving combined. Insanity. Dak 360, Javonte Williams legit, CD consistent, and Jake Ferguson, who I think had 9 catches, 163 career catches. Just had to go look back on Jake Ferguson's career. He's putting together some solid years. His 4th season. What stands out there?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I love all this, but Brandon Aubrey kicking a 64-yard field goal jumps out to me the most. I mean, my gosh, dude, what a savage. I mean, he's amazing. No run game in NY. That's interesting because I'm excited to see more opportunity for Cam Scattaboo. You know what I'm saying?
He was their leading rusher, but it was like 30, 40
I know.
yards.
And I think a lot of people like Tyrone Tracy going into the season. I know Tyrone Tracy had some really productive games last year for the Giants. Are they going to try and have a 1-2 punch? Is Cam kind of going to be the guy that gets more opportunities moving forward? So I think that's interesting. I definitely feel like the Giants are going to try to address that. As much as it's awesome to see Wilson throw for 450 and 3 TDs, and it's great for the fans, it's tough to win games if you don't have a balanced offense. So we'll see what happens there. Yeah, Javonte, man, legit. CD consistent. Jake Ferguson is a good tight end. And the Cowboys are going to be competitive as long as Dak is healthy.
Russell Wilson and Bryce Young a combined 800 passing yards and 6 touchdowns this week. What? What?
Crazy.
Facts are the facts.
Yeah.
Wan'Dale Robinson's the name that sticks out to me on this list.
Yeah,
just
great point.
Huge game.
Huge game.
I mean, they have a 1-2 punch now like that. Like, damn, NFC East, dude.
Can he sustain this? That's a really, really good point. Because Malik Neighbors is a dog.
Yeah.
And
we know that.
Yeah, we know that. If they can get somebody on the other side, that's nice.
I wonder, comparing Malik to some of the other superstar receivers who've had a slow start is interesting. Because at a certain point, Malik's gonna hop over some of these guys. I mean, where's Justin Jefferson at?
Yeah.
Jamar Chase is putting up numbers still. Where's JJ at?
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyways.
He did have a TD week 1, but yeah, he can't really do much if quarterback can't throw him the ball.
Chase had 14 catches with Jake Browning. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know. But I think Jefferson's lack of production comes more from the fact that JJ had just had a really, really tough game.
Okay, Broncos-Colts, one of the most exciting games of the week. These are probably the 2 most exciting games, Cowboys-Giants and Broncos-Colts. Came down to last-second kicks. Broncos-Colts notes, Troy Franklin and J.K. Dobbins. I wrote that down, and I don't even know what it means or who those people are.
Really? Okay.
They're on the Broncos?
Yeah.
Okay. Daniel Jones, 316 yards and 0 interceptions. So this game was no fluke. On his part, this win was no fluke. Epic Jonathan Taylor and leverage.
Yeah.
What stands out to you the most here?
Jonathan Taylor is so impressive, dude. 200-plus yards, all-purpose yards. I mean, man, the guy's so good, dude. I was thinking there may be some regression, but he looks like he's just a dog. You know, Dobbins, Troy Franklin, I believe, is in his second year, is a rookie wideout. But Dobbins has been around for a while. He was a Ravens running back and, you know, then really had a good season last year with Greg Roman and Jim Harbaugh and, you know, is earning another spot. Kind kind of burst back onto the scene, I think after a tough knee injury a couple years ago. So nice to see him getting an opportunity with Denver, but RJ Harvey's their high draft pick running back, and he's not really doing much. So, yeah, I don't know. But Daniel Jones, man. Daniel Jones is perhaps the story of the league so far.
100%.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a question. The AFC West, pretty fucking boring so far. Think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, Chargers are great.
Yeah.
But,
Jim Harbaugh's going just the way I like it.
even, I mean, there's obviously the week 1 Chargers-Chiefs game.
Yeah.
But against the Raiders last week, they're okay.
Yeah.
They kind of slowed down near the second half. And then the Broncos and Chiefs to me are just I just don't enjoy watching them. But that's just me. Maybe that's just me.
Yeah, the Chargers and Raiders were boring. It was so boring I just yawned.
Well, that was Chiefs-Eagles for me. The leverage play. Anything you want to say about that? That where they lost the game because of a leverage call. The Colts got to re-kick it. Our boy Rigo on the hold.
BS, dude. I'd be so furious.
It's pretty fucked.
If I was Denver. Really? You're going to call that? Man, that's weak.
Yeah, and I talk shit about the Broncos, but all that said, they should be 2-0.
Yeah, that's unfair, dude. I mean, I don't know. Watching the replay, it was okay, yeah, I see it, but to me, it wasn't just so blatantly obvious that they needed to call it. To me, it was kind of one of those ones that, you make the case that holding happens on every single play, but it's not always called. It just kind of felt like that to me. It was really? You're going to call that at this point?
Well, it went for the team I was rooting for, so I'm okay with it. Sure. It's my stance.
Sure. No. And it was the right call, essentially, at the end of the day. It was just, man, if I was Denver, I'd be that's tough.
No, don't forget Denver's blocked field goal against KC last year in the regular season where they should have kind of put a stop to their win streak. And so the field goal vibes in Denver, not phenomenal.
That's right. Great call.
My takeaway from this is that our local Hamilton High, place where I coached his little brother. His little brother is phenomenal quarterback receiver combo. Rigo Sanchez, punter for the best team in football right now.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Hey, let's fucking go. Rigo going to get in the playoffs? That's awesome. Good point. Good call.
One of the few NFL players I've actually talked to and hung out with a bit. It's always
he's
nice.
Great. Really nice guy.
I'm not like you that just is rubbing elbows with every Chico NFL player to ever live.
I don't know about that. I did one time do a story with Rigo when he was just getting into the league. And we went out to some park, and I had the idea of having him punt to me. And I tried to catch some of his punts. I did a story, and there was a stand-up segment of the story of where I was snapping to him, and then dude, catching his punts, bro. The thing was just, it was so crazy the amount of mustard that he was putting on that thing, and how much it was just darting and diving. And man, I think the first 4, I didn't necessarily whiff on, but I was nowhere near where they landed. They moved that much. It was it would bounce 4 or 5 yards away from me, But then I was able to catch one, and it was yeah, let's go. But, dude, it was so impressive, man.
I mean, you're not getting stories like that on any other podcast north of Sacramento.
Oh, dude, Rigo's my boy, dude. Rigo came into the studio, did a lot. Dude, I love that guy. So much love for Rigo, dude. Happy for you, man.
He'll be sitting in this chair over here.
Yeah. I think his little brother's actually punting for Butte, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right. I need to look in. I don't know if he's the second string or if he's
might be
first string, yeah.
Yeah, he was out there.
Great athletes in that family. And, quarterback and receiver in high school, both very, very skilled. I wanted them to proceed at those positions personally as their coach. But, I mean, segueing into punting is the obvious decision for Diego. Big body. He's Diego. The bigger of his younger brothers who played quarterback, and that's his chance to advance into the league. Okay. Great anecdote, dude. Great stuff. That's number 1 on the AI Reels this week. Browns-Ravens. Or did we do Jags-Bengals yet?
We didn't do Jags-Bengals.
Quick notes. Jags run game good. Lawrence good. Hunter and BTJ quiet. Browning 3 picks. Chase Brown under 50 yards. Yeah. Jamar 14 catches. LOL. Official crown ? For Jamar. Is he officially the best receiver in football? No questions asked.
Yes.
You're yes. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I think so, too.
I love him. He's amazing. And he bounced back big after a tough first week. So did Higgins, by the way. Higgins had a nice big touchdown grab. Yeah,
Anything
boy.
else stand out here?
Travis Etienne, man. The Jags run game is pretty good. How long does that keep going? It was interesting to see Travis Hunter play a little bit more DB and kind of, boy, talk about having to cut your teeth at that spot in the second game of your career against those guys on the other side. That's tough. I think he, maybe the stats don't show it, but watching him a couple plays, he seemed pretty good out there. Boy, Browning, dude, here we go. The Jake Browning era in Cincinnati is underway, and it's probably here to stay for the short period of time.
At least 3 months. I thought he looked phenomenal when he came on 2 years ago, and we might forget this, but there initially was like, wait a second, the Bengals are doing just as well with Browning as they were with Burrow. So
yeah,
I'm not looking away from that story. I know it sounds insane because everybody's like, Burrow, top 4 in the league. For many weeks to come here, I'm going to be going a different direction. We don't have to talk about it today.
Okay.
We can let it rest for a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe not enough time yet. But Jake Browning, California quarterback.
Oh.
From California. So
we run the world quarterbacks here. Browns-Ravens. I mentioned earlier, Dylan Gabriel sighting. He went 3 for 3. Judkins is here, their rookie running back holdout. Lamar 4 passing touchdowns, and Derrick Henry 11 carries for 23 yards.
Wow.
No touchdowns.
No touchdowns.
What?
Yeah. You'd think a game like that it's a Derrick Henry game script all day.
Shout out to the Browns, I guess.
We're just going to feed the beast. Yeah, kind of. I think Baltimore had a game plan to uncork it.
Does Myles Garrett own Derrick Henry?
Oh, man.
Hot take.
Hot take. Maybe.
2 gladiators, though, going against each other.
Seriously. Lamar, man, most rushing yards in NFL history as a quarterback and has the highest quarterback rating currently in the history of the league, which is a little, I don't know.
Ooh. We mentioned the Joe Burrow, RG3 greats whose careers got cut short. Is Lamar already the best quarterback to never make a Super Bowl or to have not yet made a Super Bowl? Because Marino made one. Marino made one.
That's where my mind went.
So I think he already is.
Josh Allen?
Okay. So they're playing right now. They played in week 1. The 2 greatest quarterbacks to not yet play in a Super Bowl.
Oh, man, that's another good topic. Maybe I could do a little research on that. But I liked where you're thinking there. I'd say they're up there. I definitely would agree with you that they're up there.
I think he already is.
Yeah. He's definitely in the top. At the top.
Okay. Who's next? Where are we?
Eagles, Chiefs.
Browns, Ravens. Yeah, I don't think I have anything more to say about that.
Okay.
Eagles, Chiefs. Jalen Hurts, 101 passing yards.
Boring.
A.J. Brown, 27 yards.
Boring.
Mahomes, 187 passing yards.
Boring.
No KC run game outside Mahomes.
Boring.
No receivers in KC.
Boring. What a boring game.
And like I mentioned, worst next year's Super Bowl rematch ever.
It totally was, dude.
Have I brainwashed you to fucking hate the Eagles and then Chiefs successfully? Yes.
You got me good, man. It was just not an exciting game. I think a lot of us were hoping for some fireworks, and we just didn't really get it.
The story of this game is that we saved it till the end of the podcast, and we're not even going to talk about it. That's kind of a big deal when you think about it.
It is. Good point.
Like, we just don't care about this game?
I think a lot of people reacted that way. I think a lot of people were like, it was kind of a dud. Tush Push jumps out to me, man. They keep going so hard on that play, and nobody can stop it.
Final game of the week. Shocking stat of the week.
Okay.
We got Bills Jets.
Yeah.
We were wrong in a couple takes, by the way. We kind of whiffed our Bijan Derrick Henry take after week 1.
Yeah, definitely.
Derrick Henry's so much better than Bijan. Total flip this week. Okay. Eating crow there. And then the other whiff was we had a nice little Breece Hall reel. One of our highest viewed reels last week. Breece Hall, Jets run game. But that said, Josh Allen had 148 yards passing with 0 touchdowns.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. It was interesting. Interesting game. But what's underneath Josh Allen, I think, is the reason why. James Cook went off. And James Cook got a lot of opportunities. They're knocking on the door and they're handing it off. They're not really trusting Allen in those moments yet. Or maybe they just wanted to go a different direction and give Cook those opportunities. I feel like, the last couple years, they keep the ball in Allen's hands a lot when they're in the red zone. And, I think what you saw was them handing it off to Cook and letting Cook eat a little bit.
You know what?
Maybe thinking about keeping Allen healthy.
Yeah, this speaks to the complexity of life. Things aren't what you see on the surface. You see 148, 0 touchdowns. You think bad game. Actually, that's the best thing you could ever see as a Bills fan. You dominate the game.
Yeah.
You don't really need Josh.
Yeah. Great point.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's so true. And James Cook was phenomenal.
Yeah, the other notes on here, James Cook, God. I think he won the week for running backs. And then Tyrod sighting on the Jets. We don't know what's going on with Justin Field. And then bye-bye Brees. So the Jets had a nice little hopeful week 1, and I don't know where we're going from here.
Yeah, especially with Fields having a concussion. That's rough.
Okay, where are we at? We're at 120, soldiering through this pod. I appreciate it, Ross.
You bet.
As always. We're going to try to cover 2 things quickly here. If you got the time. You got the time? You got about 15 minutes? Okay. The first. Drum roll, please. The Derek Carr Award for Put Some Respect on My Name. I'm not going to list 10 nominees this week because I have something different planned this week.
Okay.
Do you want me to go first so you can think about it, or do you want a second? Is there somebody that's already in your head? Whom do we need to show some respect? It's not quite getting it after this week.
My gosh.
I think there's maybe an obvious choice for me.
Yeah.
Because we did Daniel Jones week 1, of course. We're not going to repeat.
Obvious choices.
If we just look at stats alone, maybe.
Yeah, Russ.
Exactly.
Russ cooked. Let Russ cook.
But he did lose.
Yeah, he did lose
450 win.
Yeah.
After last week.
Maybe we need to put some respect on Jake Browning a little bit, coming in, leading them to a victory. That's a nice win.
He had 3 picks.
He did have 3 picks, but they got the dub.
Okay.
Mac Jones could be a good one this week.
You're a Niners fan.
Yeah.
Road win.
Could
have gone horribly.
Yeah.
Starting 2-0.
Yeah, that's a good win. Jamar Chase bounced back after a tough week 1 and went off and showed everybody why he's the real deal.
I don't know if people really understand how insane it is to set 14 catches in one game.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh, gosh. Yeah, those are my candidates, I would say.
Okay.
What say you? You were going Russ?
Yeah, I think Russ and Mac.
Okay.
Mac won, maybe give him the edge. But, I think it's – with Mac, it was just more like, we don't believe in you that you're good. And with Russ, there's an element of like, you suck, we hate you, go away. So it's just – it stings a little more when Russ does something like this.
Yeah.
And Mac, it's just more surprising.
Yeah.
So it depends on what you're feeling.
Yeah. No, you just had brought up a memory too. Like last week we were like, who's the biggest winner of the quarterbacks? Mm-hmm. It was Jackson Dart. And then look what happened. I mean, Russ.
To be fair, we try to be a little funny.
We do. Right. It was a very fun way to end that pod. But there was some truth to it because a lot of Giants fans, and they probably still are saying, why are we waiting on this? We should have Dart starting. Let's start the rebuild now. What are we doing? And Russ comes out and throws for 450 and 3 TDs, and that's just – it's funny how things happen.
Yep. My Derek Carr. Are you choosing one? It sounds like you chose Russ.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Sure.
My Derek Carr, put some respect in my name, award of the week. I'm going to take a left turn here. I'm going to do something a little different.
I like it.
I'm going to give my Derek Carr award this week to Leonardo DiCaprio.
Okay. I did not expect that, bro.
Shout out to the Living Directors Podcast. That's the other big pod that we do on the AC that you can tune into every couple weeks that we're working on doing some cool stuff with. But Robert Redford died yesterday. Leo's on the red carpet promoting his new Paul Thomas Anderson movie, shot in Lodi and other areas around NorCal.
Drop some knowledge, bro.
One of the most anticipated movies in a long time for me. Those of us who love film, PTA is a god. It's like PTA, Quentin. There's a good 10 that are there, but PTA is probably at the top. So I just watching Leo talk about Robert Redford and his legacy, and Leo's always been such an intellect in the film community, I think. Okay. So aside from being a good-looking face, great actor, most famous guy in the world or in Hollywood, he's always been very smart. And I'm just, he's looking a little older. He's starting to look his age. So you go on the internet comments like, oh, Leo looks like shit. Like he's 54 years, 52, I don't know. And so it's just that, it's 20-year-olds saying that he looks old. Like, wait till you get to that age, buddy.
Yeah,
Like,
sure.
So it just got me thinking of him aging. And I'm just thinking about his career, and it's like, just a fucking absolute legend in film. And if you love film, I mean, he gets compared to Jack Nicholson a lot, like kind of a newer generation Jack. But just for us, he's just a huge deal. And I just, if you love movies, he's the guy. He's number one actor of my lifetime, Leonardo DiCaprio. And I cannot wait to see the new PTA movie.
The first time I was introduced to Leo as a young lad watching movies was What's Eating Gilbert Grape.
I knew you were going to say that for some reason.
And dude, was that not such an epic performance that at a young age I didn't understand like what I was watching in terms of like acting. Yeah. But if you go back and watch him in that movie, and he's young in that movie, he does an amazing job in that role.
And I think what the kind of narrative was amongst us kids, boys who liked movies was like, we didn't know that he wasn't actually disabled. Like we learned like, oh, that's and then, he was in Basketball Diaries with Mark Wahlberg before that maybe. And then there was a De Niro movie like This Boy's Life, I want to say. Like De Niro kind of discovered Leo. A lot of people don't know that, or at least he kind of
interesting.
He made him
I didn't know that.
He pushed him to like the forefront, like put this kid in the movie with me type of thing.
Cool. I love The Departed. I love The Departed so much. I love Wolf of Wall Street. He's phenomenal in that.
So man, the underrated films of his are Shutter Island, Scorsese. The Aviator. I loved The Aviator about Howard Hughes, another Scorsese movie.
Titanic, bro. Well, come on.
That's just different.
That's iconic. What a legend. What a legendary actor, dude. And there's a lot more, right? I mean,
sure.
There's a lot more movies we're not mentioning. Good call on The Aviator. That's a good one.
You're welcome to come on the if we do a pod on the new PTA
I'll be
film.
in way over my head, but thanks for the invite.
Okay, let's get you out of here. We spend about 5 minutes on the week 3 matchups. We don't spend much time. A word or two on each game. We got Dolphins-Bills tomorrow. We got Bengals at the Vikings.
That's kind of tasty.
So, look, that's what I'm saying.
Battle
we got the
backups.
Browning narrative.
Yeah.
He wins again in Minnesota, who is still supposed to be good, quote unquote.
Interesting.
But the Browning fucking Wentz matchup.
Browning versus Wentz. That's so tasty.
Oh, my God. We have Texans at Jaguars. Ooh. Potentially game of the week, AFC South matchup.
Yeah, that is a good one.
Must win for the Texans.
Absolutely.
Another AFC South, Colts at Titans. Ooh, a little bit of a test here.
Yeah, bit of a
test.
Where is that game?
In Tennessee.
Okay. Tennessee's at home.
Dude, I love the AFC South.
Yeah, dude, agreed though. It's such a good call. It's a fun division this year.
We have Raiders at Commanders. So this is the local game. I got my Raiders boys playing my Commanders.
Yeah.
I almost considered going to this game, flying all the way there with the Raiders buddy, but I'm going to save that $1,500.
It's kind of a big one for both teams. Whoever gets the win is feeling a lot better than whoever takes the L.
It is. I'm a little nervous, obviously, with the Jaden uncertainty.
Yeah. Broncos Chargers is good. Woo. Sorry to
that's okay.
Look off the screen here.
We'll get there in 1 second. Rams at Eagles. I guess on paper this is the game of the week.
Ooh. Okay, let's go Philly.
Fuck no. Oh yeah. Oh, this is the teams we hate matchup.
I hope the Eagles win.
So, and I hope the Rams win. In Philly, just like the playoff game last year. That's cool.
Except there's not going to be
snow
baby. And sleet,
and therefore I'm choosing the Rams.
Oh, okay.
Falcons at Panthers, NFC South. I think we see the Falcons really shut the Panthers up. Kind of a statement game for them when it could be a regression.
Yeah.
Steelers at Patriots. Rodgers going into New England. They need a win. This is a winnable game. Does the new guy beat Aaron? Beat the old guy? We'll see. Packers at
like
Browns. Oh, that's God. Of course, the Packers get to go into Cleveland this week. Fuck you, Green Bay.
We'll see, dude. You never know. The NFL is wild. Maybe Joe Flacco just comes out and does his thing.
Already rooting for
Vintage
Cleveland like
Joe
crazy
this weekend. Vintage Joe.
Love it. Jets at Bucks. A chance for the Bucks to get their point differential up this week. I don't know if Fields is playing or not. Tyrod might be. Yeah. We'll see. Broncos at Chargers. Woo! Another game of the week.
That's a good one.
Test for the Chargers is going to be an incredible game. Yeah. No doubt. Saints at Seahawks. Interesting.
Yeah.
I fear the Saints are going to start 0-3 and still be pretty good. The opposite of last year when they started 2-0.
Yeah. And then Carr got hurt.
And then fell apart. Cowboys at Bears. Stinker of the week. Don't care about that game.
Tough game for Chicago needs to win this game. They really do.
I'll be ecstatic if they do.
Yeah, they really, really do.
Cardinals at Niners in NFC West.
Yeah, let's go.
Big game.
Big game. Absolutely. This is huge.
I want to say Cardinals have had some good luck in San Francisco over the years.
They played the Niners very tough. Anywhere.
I'm scared if I'm the Niners this week.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm a little scared.
James Conner, I feel he always does what. Oh, yeah. I feel a big Conner game.
They're physical. It's a very physical division.
I feel like the Niners' home field isn't quite as solid as some of the other teams.
No, I totally agree, dude. Absolutely. Yeah. It'd be nicer if they played better at home. It'd be better if they got more crowd support in terms of louder fans at times. It's not really a home field advantage as much as people may think it is.
Well, people have never been to their stadium. It's really the Silicon Valley 49ers.
Yeah, very true. Santa Clara.
The stadium is bizarrely kind of muted aesthetically.
Open. Yeah, it's too open.
There's not really it's very you would expect the opposite in like the wealthiest place on earth.
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
We love the Niners, but
you make a great point. The design of the stadium doesn't cater itself to having sort of noise bounce off certain areas back onto the field. Like the acoustics aren't great. You go to a place like Seattle and how it's constructed. It's one of the reasons the 12s are so impactful is because the noise they make kind of bounces off those big beams and back onto the stadium, which makes it harder to hear. But you're right, and it's a stadium that's not more than 10 years old. They could have really designed this to cater to the Niners and generate more of a home field advantage with the fans and the noise that emanate from them, but they didn't.
I want to say look, I don't know, I may be way off here. I went to a game last year, went to opening week last year, and there are so many boxes. There's a whole row of a box for the middle class, basically, right? It's kind of easier to get to. Tons of people are there, but it's still a box. So you're looking out the glass window.
Right.
The cameras are the TV, ESPN cameras right there. It's
yeah.
And then I don't know.
That's an interesting thought. I like that.
Chiefs at Giants Sunday night. Ugh. Oh my God, this is the grossest Sunday night game I've ever seen in my life.
Flex it out.
Oh my
Put it in the Broncos Chargers. This is atrocious.
But then Monday night, Lions at Ravens.
Ooh, that's awesome.
Fucking go, dude.
It is great.
Let's fucking go.
I love it.
All right. What a pod. We're getting better every week.
Yeah, good breakdown today, dude. That was good notes. I loved them.
Dude, once we as we stick with this, I really appreciate you being able to do this every week.
It's so fun, man. Thanks for having me.
We obviously do this because we love to do it, and we're not relying on profiting necessarily. But hey, man, you keep plugging at it, things happen.
Let's
you never know. Views are getting up. Sub to us. Views are actually really good in relation to our subs and videos that we put out. So I've got to focus on the subs at AC Sports Podcast, my friends. Anything you want to plug before we get out of here?
Oh, let's go Niners. That's all I got. 2-0. Boy, what a difference a week makes. I was feeling awful after the first week and now feeling just a little bit better.
Enjoy your weekend off, Jaden. Go Marcus. Go Commanders.
There you go.
AC Sports Podcast.
Peace.